Hello, everyone. It's time for Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 182, season 8. Today's date is December 6th, 2022, and welcome to the show. On today's show, I will talk about what I did last year at this time is my most popular post on my my Chicagoland Facebook page. And this will be part one I did in 2021. Now I'm going to do it for this year. And it'll be in 3 parts. And also I'll talk about actors Bob McGrath from Sesame Street and also actress Kirstie Alley. They just passed away recently. And I'll do tributes of them and my memories. Okay, and I won't do any Christmas stuff today. Not really. Maybe next time. So we'll see. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. But this is a Christmas commercial. Features Santa Claus. And there's a commercial from 1979. So sit back and enjoy, and I'll be right back with the show. Thank you, everyone.
'Twas right around Christmas, and as you can see, Arthur Treacher's giving gift certificates free. Don't pay for gift certificates. Get them free with a family pack. Coupons can save lots of money for you. On fish, on chicken, on shrimp and clams, too. Certificates and coupons worth more than $5 free when you buy an Arthur Treacher family pack.
Daddy, afterward, don't forget to bring home our family pack.
Free gift certificates.
Okay, I am back, everyone. I'd like to make a slight correction. The most popular post for 2022 for this year will not be in 3 parts. It will be in 4. Yeah, I made a mistake. Sorry. And I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. I did a podcast episode about this fast food chain. I don't remember which one. This was based, the chain's namesake was from an actor. His name was Arthur Treacher. He was from England. He was a character actor, and he performed as Jeeves, as the butler in a few Shirley Temple films. He also was in the popular movie Mary Poppins, and he was also Merv Griffin's sidekick on his show, The Merv Griffin Show, the talk show. And I guess they asked him, we'll put your name there. I remember on Beverly Hillbillies, I talked about this, and I've eaten once there. And it was on South Kedzie Avenue on the south side, like about 59th or so, around there. I'm not a big fish fan. I never was. The only thing I eat is salmon. I really do. I'm not crazy about shrimp or lobster or crab or types of shit. Maybe halibut, something like that. But it was pretty good, and it's a big popular item in England. Fish and chips. Chips are the potatoes, which are the French fries. They're very, very good. But I like the chicken. I tried the chicken once. Yeah, I made a mistake. I didn't go once. I went twice. And I tried the chicken breast. It was good. I loved it. Yeah. Unfortunately, when I didn't go, he just left the Chicago area in about early 80s. But it was located elsewhere, I think in Ohio and the East Coast. There was one that closed recently out in Maryland, I believe. And they might bring it back. Who knows? But it was good. It was a good place. I miss it. And I am sure a lot of my followers do on my Facebook page as well. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I said I was going to talk about the most popular posts on my Chicagoland page on Facebook. This will be part 1. And also I'll talk about Bob McGrath and Kirstie Alley. They were actors. They passed away recently this week, and I will do some tributes and my memories of watching them on TV and in the movies. Okay, so let's see. We'll start with Bob McGrath. We'll do that. And what a wonderful man he was. He was an actor, musician, singer. He is most famous for his character. His name was Bob Johnson on the long-running series Sesame Street, and he first appeared when the show debuted in 1969, and I remember him, and he was wonderful. And he's from Illinois. He's from Ottawa, right outside Chicago, and then he went to college, and then he learned music, and he was a member of the University of Michigan's Men's Glee Club, of course. And let's see, and he earned a master's degree in voice at the Manhattan School of Music in 1959. And then he got hired by Mitch Miller, if you know the conductor, music conductor, and when he had the TV show Sing Along with Mitch, and that ran for about in the early 60s. My mom used to love that show, and this is with the bouncing ball. I've seen clips of that, and he was a member of them. I don't know if he sang in the Christmas albums. That's one of my favorite ones. I think he was in it. I'm not sure. And he was there for 4 years, and then he performed concerts, and then he got hired on Sesame Street. And he was there since the beginning, but he left in July 2016. Yeah, he was there for about long time. But when they had the 50th anniversary of Sesame Street, he did return. He did. And and I remember one of his famous skits was, "Who's in your neighborhood?" I don't know how it goes, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. You can find clips on YouTube, and it's fun. He's singing with the Muppets. It's a wonderful song. I loved it when I was a kid. It was fun to watch and sing along like that. And let's see. Oh, right now I will play a commercial that features Bob McGrath. Very unusual for him. In this commercial, it's for Joy dishwashing liquid, and this is from 1977. And I remember this commercial when I first watched it on TV, long time ago. And you can hear his voice. It's unmistakably him. That's what it was. So sit back and enjoy. And here is Bob McGrath in the Joy commercial from 1977. Thank you, everyone.
Wasn't Lois right? She had me in stitches.
Hey, Sue, look at this.
What?
Look what's happening here. See the shine coming through?
Of course, you're using my lemon fresh joy.
It's like it's shining itself.
Yeah.
That's why Hal and Lois were oohing and eyeing over your table.
Oh, it did look pretty, didn't it?
Pretty isn't the word. Everything sparkled.
Okay. The thanks belongs to Joy, huh?
And you, too.
Oh.
See for yourself how Lemon Fresh Joy cleans down to the shine. What a nice reflection on you.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Joy dishwashing liquid. My mom she used to use that product when she first came to America, when she got married from Greece. I remember the yellow bottle with the multicolored letters on that. It's still, that product is still around. And it's been introduced in 1949 by Procter & Gamble. Long time. And that product was used in a lot of soap operas on the radio and also on television. And one of the earliest soap operas back then was called Search for Tomorrow. If a lot of people remember that. That ran for a long time. And that was one of their sponsors. And I remember the commercials from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and I remember in what was it, the 90s, 80s or 90s, they showed a talking lemon. He had the arms and legs. He's talking. He's so cute. I think you can find it on YouTube. You can. I think I saw it a long time ago. I'll check again. That's funny. And so Bob McGrath, let's see, he passed away on Sunday. He was 90 years old. Long time ago. And it's according to sources, he died from complications of a stroke. Oh, it's a shame. What a gifted man. And good singer. He seemed like a nice guy. Someone told me he did concert tours, singing with children. He did. He wrote some children's book, and he was at the Rosemont Horizon, I think, in the '90s, before it was called Allstate Arena. Yeah, he did that. What a great man. We'll miss him. All right. Next up, here comes a shocker. I'm going to talk about Kirstie Alley. The news was announced yesterday. She died on December 5th, 2022. That was a complete shock. I had no idea. I didn't know she was sick. And my memories of watching her were on Cheers, and I watched Cheers in the 80s, with Ted Danson, Shelley Long, Rhea Perlman, and the rest. And they had Nick Colasanto, they had the coach. Oh, what a funny man. He was missed. And then Woody Harrelson took over the role. And then in 1986 or 87, Shelley Long decided to leave the show after 5 years. Okay, and that was very ratings-wise was a bonanza. It was huge. And the show would continue, of course. And I remember the last show, she said, "I will be back in 6 months." That was the last line, not one of the last lines she said on her final show. She never returned, except for the last show of the last season. She did return, and that was like 1993. It was like 6 years later. 6 years later. Yeah. So they had to find a replacement, and they found Kirstie Alley. And I've heard a lot of people didn't think she could, how would I say it, work. It would. The chemistry with Sam and Diane were magical, but Kirstie Alley's character Rebecca Howe. At first, she bought the bar. She was the manager, and she was kind of cool and very aloof, and didn't smile. Not in the beginning. No, that changed. And then Sam Malone got to know her. And she fell for him. And then she became wacky, and she lost her job. And then she had another boyfriend, and then she dumped that boyfriend. I think it was I forgot the guy's name. That was the actor played with Roger Rees, the Englishman. And then she got married, and the actor was Tom Berenger. He was from here, from Park Forest area. He was in a lot of movies and all that, and he played a plumber. A couple of, I remember, one scene was funny where Sam and Rebecca had a affair, and nobody knew about it until he told them. She asked him not to say anything, and then she figured it out. And then they went into his office, and she says, "I thought you said you weren't going to tell them." And then he didn't say anything. He just shook his head, and she's yelling, "You told them!" Oh, I died laughing when she did that. It's so funny. And then that was one of the funniest things she did. Oh, I remember one time Woody Harrelson's character was going out, and then Rebecca chased him down, knocked him down in front of the door. She went, "No." That was hilarious. And she was great. I thought she was a funny lady. But who knew? I mean, she played serious roles. She was in the miniseries North and South. I don't know if it's about the sequel, but she appeared in the second Star Trek movie, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. She starred in that. And I forgot her character's name. What was her name? Saavik. I don't know if she appeared in other films. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But she played in a lot of movies. Blind Date. That was before Cheers. Summer School. That was with, I believe, with Mark Harmon. I think it is him. Yeah, with Mark Harmon. That was funny. She was in Loverboy. She was in Look Who's Talking. That's the most famous movie that she was in. And she also did the sequel, three of them. She did that with John Travolta. Oh, they were wonderful together. I loved the movie. And let's see. Also, there was one movie. It didn't do very well, but I thought it was hilarious. It was called Sibling Rivalry, and she was funny in that. And also the drama Village of the Damned, the remake, Deconstructing Harry. Oh, lots of roles. And television. She did television. Let's see. She was on Match Game, and she played herself, of course. And this was in 1979. I've seen the show. I've seen her appearances about 3 or 4 times, and she was very good. But who knew that she was going to become famous later on? And then, she was on a Love Boat. Her first TV series was starring was Masquerade. I remember this one. It came in 1983. I think it was with Rod Taylor, and didn't do very well. But I saw once the show. I'll talk about that on TV Oblivion, the other podcast. And she was good. Also, she was in a TV movie called A Bunny's Tale. That's based on Gloria Steinem, the activist that went undercover to go to the Playboy Club. She did it, and she played her. She played Gloria Steinem. I wanted to see this movie. I didn't get a chance because I heard Delta Burke is in it, and there were others, and I heard it's a very good TV movie. Of course, she was in she was in North and South, but not the second one. She also Saturday Night Live. She was on Wings. That was the spinoff of Cheers. And then she started another show called Veronica's Closet. She ran for 3 years. It was pretty good. It was okay. And then she appeared in other shows, like that. I remember when Frasier, Kelsey Grammer had his own show. All the Cheers cast members appeared on it, and they had a reunion. The only person that didn't come was Kirstie Alley. I don't know why she did not appear. Would have been fun. Then she had her own show by her name, Kirstie, and then and I remember her on Dancing with the Stars, and she was hilarious. She started swearing on live TV, and she was a good dancer. She came in second. I wish she'd win. She was good. For her age, she was wonderful. That would happen. That was in 2011. Yeah, but I'm glad she did that. She was very entertaining. You couldn't take your eyes off of her and her dancing. She was pretty good, like that. And so my memories of Cheers, she was still funny. So right now, I'm going to play a commercial. Which I remember this commercial very well. This is from 1994. It's for Pantene Pro V shampoo. I remember she advertised for this shampoo in the early 90s. And this is right after Cheers, or maybe during Cheers. No, I don't know. Okay, so here's a commercial for Kirstie Alley from Pantene Pro V from 1994. Thank you, everyone.
Think healthy, shiny hair like this only happens in the movies? Nah. It can happen every day with Pantene Pro V. Because Pantene gets right to the root, where healthy hair begins. My hair wasn't always so glamorous, but Pantene's Pro Vitamin formula penetrates from the top of the root to the tip, improving every strand. Hair this good deserves a close-up.
Pantene Pro V shampoo and conditioner for hair so healthy it shines.
Pro Vitamins. I know they're in there.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Pantene. I remember this very well. And she looks so sexy. And also she was the spokesperson for Jenny Craig. She lost 50 pounds, but then I heard she gained it back. And that was... And she still appeared on television, up to the end. And then, and then she died of cancer. Yesterday. I had no idea. From what I heard, it's colon cancer, I think. And it just came sudden. She had 2 children. They were adopted. Her first husband, his name was Bob Alley, same name as her name. You know, married for 7 years, and then she married Parker Stevenson. You remember him from the Hardy Boys? Good show. I like that. And they got divorced, and then I don't know. She had I don't know if she had a boyfriend or not later on, but she was great on talk shows. She really was very entertaining. So I'm very sad she's gone. Yeah, that's a shame. I think she's the second cast member of Cheers that passed away. Yeah, the first was Nicholas Consanto. I think that's how you say the coach. But Christy and Early did not. They never were in together. He died before she joined the show, so that's a shame. Okay. Next up, I'm going to do good stuff. I'm going to talk about the most popular posts on my Van Chicagoland Facebook page, and this is for 2022. It'll be 4 parts. So I'm just going to do January, February, and March of this year. I checked my insights on my Facebook page, and I noticed which post was the highest engagement, and more people commented. And based on that, it took a little while to find it. It takes forever. But I did, and I wrote it all down. Did that. And so I'll get started. Okay. Let's see. For January, it was the most popular post of that month was the television series Zoom. And that premiered on January 9th, 1972. I remember this show very well. I loved it, when I was a kid. But it aired late at night around dinner time. I remember that. Remember, it was a bunch of kids. They were singing, dancing, and they did the Ubba Dubby. They did that, and then the famous zip code, was it box 349? I think it's like that. I keep forgetting the box number, and it's Boston, Mass. 02134. That was great. I love that. And maybe I can find it somewhere. And the cast changed a lot, but they also had they played a word game called Fanny Dooley, if you remember that. And when I posted the ad that showed the premiere date of Zoom, I had an email from one of the original cast members, and it was Joe. I forgot his last name, but I think he's a psychologist or something like that. And he saw it, and he said, "Hi, I'm Joe, and I love the show, and I love your page." That was beautiful. That was the most beautiful. That was really beautiful when he said that. I had no idea. I don't know if the other cast members saw it. Okay. Oh, I found the box number, box 350, Boston, Mass. It goes right. Zoom, ZWOM, box 350, Boston, Mass. 02134. Says the Zoom, like that. And then, so I love this show. I have a VHS tape of past seasons, the best of. I think it's on DVD. So when I posted this on Van Chicagoland in January, I did a podcast episode of it, and it was very popular. People loved it. They missed it. It was a good show. Good for kids. You learn a lot of things. And also, they had a girl named Tracy, and she had Tracy ask, and she would ask a question: which came first, the chicken or the egg, or what is the world's longest word? Excuse me. So that's that. Okay. Now, for February of 2022 was the Branding Iron Restaurant. Oh boy, this one is still talked about to this day. If you're in the Chicagoland area and in the Oak Lawn area where I live, and this place was unforgettable, and it's still missed to this day. And I can understand why, because the food was spectacular, and they had bowling, and also their famous donut holes before Dunkin' Munchkins was introduced in the 70s at Dunkin' Donuts. And that was a great restaurant. I talked about that on my podcast. I also did. Let's see. I wrote a story about that as well on my blog, Chicagoland blog. The restaurant opened in August of 1959. It was there a long time. Oakland wasn't that built then. It was fairly new. Well, the village has been there a while, but they keep building, and it was great, And one of the co-owners, his name was Bernard Fox, not Dr. Bombay from Bewitched. It's another guy. And he decided to do that. And the property was big. It had about 300 car parking lot, and the bowling alley was there. It had 36 lanes, and people liked that. And the favorite was, of course, their barbecue ribs with a special sauce and salads with a lazy Susan. You put all the salad dressings there. The desserts were great. I think the dessert is like create your own sundae. I think so. I think it was. I don't remember. And a lot of memories that people said were when they came home from when church was over on Sundays, they would go there for lunch, and they said it was a beautiful memory. They really did. And let's see. And the other, let me see, the other man's name was Reno Zarantonello. I think it's him. And he was operate, and he co-owned the restaurant, and he managed it as well. So they had those two. They also had a location at Downers Grove, I think, like 31st Street and Findlay. I think it was there. I never went to that one. And let's see, it lasted a long time, and so the Brandon Iron closed in 1988, I believe, and they tore it down, and now it's a I think medical building or insurance building or something like that. I pass by it all the time because I go shopping at Target across the street. And there was the Holiday Inn, the famous Holiday Inn in Oakland. That's gone too. That's a shame, because that was the it place when I was a kid. I went there a couple times. I bowled a couple times, and it was a wonderful place. Delicious. Yeah, we need more places like that today. Okay. And the last one I'm going to talk about, this is a post from March of 2022. It is the Marshall Field store in Oakbrook Center in Oakbrook, Illinois. And that opened on, let's see, I got the date. Here we go. March 5th, 1962. And I think the mall opened a little earlier than that, or maybe around that time, probably. And the mall's still there, still very nice. Marshall Fields is not there. It's Macy's. My dad's cousin worked there, and my mom and I went to visit her, before she passed away, and it was wonderful. She loved working there, and I can understand. It was a beautiful store. I think it was Macy's at the time when we saw her. And yesterday I posted a photo. I used my cover photo of my page and group, and it's Marshall Fields store in Oakbrook Center, Christmas time. And they have it's decorated with lights, and there's a big Christmas tree up front. And the lady mentioned that she posted a photo. Her uncle took that photo, and it was in 1965, and that was gorgeous. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And when I posted that, that post became popular as well. I haven't been to that mall maybe a few months ago. because I go to bookstores and Barnes and Nobles is still there, and I go there once in a while because I love bookstores. I hope it stays open. And I went to a restaurant nearby a couple times. It was Mangiono's. Can't say that. It was okay. And I went to Wildfire with my friends. Good place, good food. I loved it. It's small, it's still busy. Don't be discouraged by people who say, retail's dead. I don't think so. From the way I see it, that mall is very popular and a lot of foot traffic. I know it's changed. People shop online, but it's not the same. No. So, Marshall Fields, they changed the name to Macy's in 2006. It's a shame. So we want it back. Everyone wants it back. I want it back too. But what are you going to do? Marshall Fields is one of the most popular posts on my page, wherever our social media. People love it, because they had quality stuff, beautiful stuff, clothes, appliances, what else? Electronics, you name it, shoes. The Walnut Room is still there on State Street. I haven't been there in years. I heard it's still the same, but that's too bad. Okay. That'll be all for today. I'll do a quick recap of what I discussed. Okay, I talked about actors Bob McGrath from Sesame Street, also actress Kirstie Alley. He passed away this week. Also, this is part one of the most popular posts on my Fan of Chicagoland Facebook page. I will do the next three parts in later episodes, and so it's Christmas season is here, and it's very exciting. I will do another podcast episode this weekend, and we'll see. We'll do part 2, and I'll talk about something Christmassy. Because it's fun. And I enjoy doing that. I really do. Once this episode is published, you can listen to wherever podcast is available, whatever is easier for you. On Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, also Breaker, Overcast. You can also listen on my YouTube channel, which is Van Chicagoland Stories. You can search it. A lot of people like listening on the channel, on the YouTube channel. It's easier that way. I can understand that. I like to do that too. And let's see. So let's see what else. It'll be, like I said, it'll be published this afternoon. Also be posted on my blog, Chicagoland.blog. You can listen as well. Okay, so that is it. I'm your host, Pete Costanos for Van Chicagoland Stories. Thank you for joining me on this episode. I enjoyed talking. And so it's bye-bye for me. And here's Ray Rayner with a little traveling music saying bye-bye, bye. Take care, everyone. So long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.